Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld, the inaugural production that will open Second Stage's new Broadway home, the Hayes Theater, is Kenneth Lonergan's critically acclaimed play Lobby Hero, and we drop by Sardi's to catch up with the company during a break in rehearsal. So you're about to make your Broadway debut. How does it feel?
A little nerve-wracking, but so far it's felt, kind of like home. I grew up doing plays my whole life. I was a big theater kid. I know Broadway is a very exclusive group of people, and there was a real challenge to decide to jump right to Broadway, having not earned my stripes, which I think is important. So I'm a little nervous about not being accepted, but hopefully over time, if I work hard enough, people will kind of let me in the club.
You were talking about musicals. Did you grow up on musicals?
Oh God, of course. Name one. I mean, I did a lot of musicals as a kid. I come from a family I'm one of four, and we all are actors, so year round, whether I'm in a show or my sister or my brother, year round, it's just musical theater going on in the house. So I always loved the music from Pippin. Some of the shows that I loved growing up, whether it was, Falsettos or Sweeney Todd or even Into the Woods, the roles were younger roles. I wanted Jack and Tobias, and the roles that I would have been able to play as a kid. I always liked Seymour and The Little Shop of Horrors, but I don't know if I did. I don't know, they wouldn't cast me as that. I got a real soft spot for West Side Story. I love Les Mis, which is kind of, a little obvious. Actually, Once on This Island, I keep hearing that. I gotta go see it. I love that show. That's one of my favorites, so I gotta go check that one out.
So what has it been like being in the rehearsal room? Because it all comes back to the play and the work. What it's been like being in the room with this incredible company?
Well, I think it's a lot of hard work, first of all. I mean, we are working our butts off at the moment because this play doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. Do you know what I mean? There's no crazy big set situation or mise en scène or a big crash of an angel through a ceiling or anything like that. It doesn't have that. It's literally set in this lobby at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's just these intensely beautifully wrought conversations between these characters who are all struggling to do the right thing and are trapped in these horrible situations where inevitably they're going to have to make a decision that's going to ruin someone else's life.
This is so relevant, this play. What went through your mind when you first read it and why you wanted to do it?
I mean, it's the relevance of particularly for me what happens with Dawn is crazy. I mean, in the light of the Me Too movement, she's really stuck between a rock and a hard place, which is, that's just something that happens to so many women in so many industries. I mean, she's sleeping with a guy who's her senior cop, but then he uses it against her and blackmails her and threatens to ruin her career. And it's just that constant thing that's happening with women is who's they going to believe, the guy or the girl?
And then there's this incredible cast. What's it like working with the four of you in the rehearsal room and your director, Trip Cullman?
It's pretty amazing. It's so nice being in a small cast. I mean, we've only been doing it for 2 weeks and we're already so close-knit. And they're all such good actors. I've worked with Brian before. He's astounding. Michael is so funny. Chris is so brilliant. They're all so open. And Trip, he's genius.
What an incredible play to start off with. I mean, Kenneth Lonergan has quite a history with you. Tell me.
Well, we did his first play, This Is Our Youth, many years ago, I think over 20 years ago. And I remember sitting in the theater at the first preview and thinking, whoa, this guy has an incredible voice. What an ear he has for dialogue and character, and how hysterically funny is this play. And yet, how meaningful and sentimental in a way it is. And so I really love his work, and I've had a long history with him. We did his play Waverly Gallery. We were part of that as well, which is, a brilliant piece. And here we are, when it came time to choose what play do you want to have open your theater, this was the one, because Kenny's the one.
This is so relevant. Yeah. Kenny literally could have written this yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy part about it, is that, it was written almost 2 decades ago, and here we are, and the issues and topics that are within it are still prevalent. And it's really cool to watch that unfold. Dealing with classism, sexism, racism, socialism, all that kind of stuff, it is still there. And it's still fresh. And it's exciting to watch it, unfold in front of us. that's where we are. But it's all about, people keep saying, well, who's the hero of the play? I was like, well, that's very interesting, because now you have to redefine what the term hero means. Because I believe that the audience is the hero, because I'm like, you showing up to see this play, watch these stories unfold, look to your left and look to your right. What are the connections that you're going to have when you leave here? What are the connections of what you think is heroic and what is true going to mean to you? And I think that's the greatness of this play.
What an incredible cast you have put together. I mean, look at the 4 of them you put together. What's it been like being in the rehearsal room with them and working with them?
Well, you hope that the rehearsal room is a place where you go as a playwright, as a lazy playwright. You want to go in there, you want to say, try walking in a little later, or maybe he should be less angry there, and then everyone tries it and it works great. And then you sit back and watch everyone just do all this magic. And usually it's not like that. Usually you go in and everyone's struggling to find the play, and that's not bad. It's not. The result can be very good, but the process can be a little less fun. And so this cast is just like on the money all the time. They're just really great, and they're like, should I try this? Should I try that? And you're like, that both sound great. Try everything.
Who do you play?
I played Jeff, who's this security guard in the lobby where the play takes place, and is sort of at a place in his life where he's sort of disillusioned and unhappy with his station in life, and not sure if he has the potential to make anything else happen in his life, or if he's just one of those guys who's just going to be in a lobby for the rest of his life. And that's a big problem for him. He's grappling with that.
So when you walked next door the first time, you saw the haze, you saw the marquee, you saw your pictures outside. What went through your mind?
How fortunate we are to be doing this show, and that it's really happening. I mean, it's very rare, to get an opportunity like this to bring such a great piece of material to Broadway. It's not something that you get offered every day, so it's a good moment.